Encourage them. I told them when they meet with you, share past papers, discuss with them. We are one family, we are one community. So help one another. Wacha isifike next year, jina lako liko among those ones who have dropped. It is not good. Uwe shule for 3 years, then ushindwe kumaliza just for 1 year. 1 year. I know you are good boys. You've been told how to conduct yourself around. Maybe I add a few. Last time, I said, uko dormitories, around the corridors, in the dining, kindly don't have those writings. If you want to pass information to your sister who studies here, I said, unaandika note, alafu unaniletea. Sawa sawa? Tukifungua shule, I'll make sure hiyo number amepata, or whichever kind of information you want to pass. Don't write your nickname, your contact, where you are coming from. Just write it in a piece of paper, alafu unaniletea. Sawa sawa? I will deliver the message. With that, again, welcome to the Big Art Foundation. Feel free, be ready to learn, and when you get out of this school, at the end of the Congress, you'll be good boys, changed boys. Sawa sawa? I wish you a nice day.
Thank you very much, Madam Principal, for allowing us to have this activity in your school again. I think this is the 4th year of doing this. No, what I'm saying, you guys are in Form 3, all right? But she has been doing Congress for the last 4 years. All right? Thank you very much, Madam Stella, again, for the opportunity for us to have this activity here. Colleagues, boys, I told you that we've started our program. I want to invite one of our senior colleagues in the State Department, children, to have a small discussion with you on how you are going to carry out yourselves in terms of in the future life. What you need, what are the things that you are supposed to be having as a citizen of Kenya, or a citizen of South Sudan in Kenya, or a citizen of any other country in Kenya here. This is our sub-county director, Children's Department. So, tumpatie a round of applause akikuja. Clap for him as he kuja. Better, you are not clapping. Thank you very much, sir.
Tupikie mwenzetu makofi. Habari ya wanafunzi. Mko poa? Hebu nisalamie kwa hewa. Alafu mnipigie makofi. My name is Jared at Siaya. I am the sub-county children officer for Turkana West and Lokchokyo, not forgetting the refugee camp, where I'm also the in charge. As I stand before you, I stand before you as one who was a student, and I'm here where I am today. When I looked at the theme of the conference, it says to lead, solve, sustain, turning challenges into solutions. That's the theme of our gathering. And considering the theme, I wanted us to read a scripture in the Bible. And the scripture is in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 30, verse 1 to 7, then verse 18 to 20. 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 1 to 7, then 18 to 20. The Bible says, David and his men reached Ziklag on the third day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burned it, and had taken captive the women and everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on their way. When David and his men reached Ziklag, they found it destroyed by fire, and their wives and sons and daughters taken captive. So David and his men wept aloud, until they had no strength left to weep. David's two wives had been captured, Ahinoam of Jezreel and Abigail the widow of Nabal of Carmel. David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. The end of that verse 7 will form the background of my message. But David found strength in the Lord his God. Then we move on verse 18 to 20. The Bible says, David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his two wives. Nothing was missing, young or old, boy or girl, plunder or anything else they had taken. David brought everything back. He took all the flocks and herds, and his men drove them ahead of other livestock, saying, This is David's plunder. Praise the Lord. I stand before you as a government officer. I stand before you as a preacher. And I also stand before you as a father. I'm a father to 6 daughters and 1 son. The one son has cleared university. He's engaged in logistical issues in Nairobi, importing and exporting items in and out of Kenya, making money. My second girl is a media personality who went through high school, university, and scored first-class honors. She has a regional job in charge of Kenya and Tanzania with a British company. My third daughter graduated on Friday with a degree in clinical psychology, also with first-class honors. My fourth daughter is taking IT in one of the prestigious universities in Kenya. The next daughter has been taking interior and design. She has also cleared. The fifth daughter is joining university on 24th this month. And my last born is in grade 10 in one of the schools in Kenya. So I stand before you as a father who understands the challenges children go through. So I stand before you as somebody whom can listen to and give you direction in life. And as an individual, I have a story about myself in relation to the theme of today, turning challenges into solutions. My father is a grade 4 dropout or graduate, grade 4. My mom never managed to go to school because her parents didn't value education. So she got married at the age of 17. And as a family, we are 14 in number. 7 girls and 7 boys. So the much my father could do for income, he was a casual laborer who could wake up in the morning and find something to do and come back home with some flour for our meals in the evening. And what my mom could do was to go along the river banks to collect the wild vegetables, then come and boil, minus salt, minus cooking fat, but still she could make a meal with the flour my old man had brought and the vegetables she had gathered along the river rhymes. And if our mother wanted us to eat ugali asida and vegetables at a go, she had a strategy. Number one, before she could begin boiling the water for asida, she could allow us to sit behind the house, wash our hands, then sit in a semicircular form. So she could bring the ugali and the vegetables together. And when she could land the food between us, she could wake up or she could arise with her plates, because we never gave her time nor the food to settle. We could clear and forward immediately. And if you could bring the meal before we had washed our hands, we used to tell ourselves, germs are not aware. We shall wash our hands after we have eaten. In case you could bring ugali before the vegetables, we could tell ourselves the vegetables will be budding. Let us clear the ugali first, vegetable will take care of itself. That's the environment under which I grew up. And as I stand here, because of poverty in my background, I vowed to myself that I'll never go back to poverty again. I have to work my way out of the challenges and to make sure I'm somebody the government of Kenya and my family can look upon as a solution finder. And that's why I'm here today. And before, from the creation of the universe, the first graduate in our village is me, standing before you today. I had no role model in the village. I could borrow nobody's notes. I could not lift my eye to anybody for direction. I always walked through the darkness, telling myself I can make it. Even if things are looking wayward in our family, I can put a smile on my father and my mother's face. And as I stand here, I'm a force to reckon with in the village where I was born. Not because I'm a magician, just because I went to school. Kindly clap for me. So as you are clapping for me, ask yourself a candid question: when will other people clap for you? People can only clap for you when you succeed and make ends meet. So even though David faced a challenge, the Bible says David encouraged himself in the Lord. and he went forth to fight. And the Bible says he brought back everything that had been taken. Said, even us who are gathered in this hall, let us understand each one of us has a challenge at an individual level, and each one of us has a challenge at the family level. At the back of your mind, always tell yourself, I have to come out of this situation stronger than yesterday, so that other people can rely on me and learn from me, or now best they can move ahead. Are we together? So my topic today is child protection and case management. And I've said I'm a children officer. How many come from South Sudan? Kindly clap for me, I'm your brother. When South Sudan got independence, the Kenyan government took me to Juba to support that government on how to put structures in place for child protection. I know so well about Juba, and I know so well about Torit. And your country is smart. Clap for your country. So I've lived there, I've enjoyed the Asida, I've enjoyed the Kudra, I've enjoyed the Korofo, I've enjoyed the Molokoni, I've enjoyed the Shurba. So we are at par that we can make it. Sasawa? So we are talking about child protection and case management. And I want us to understand when we refer to a child, we are referring to any individual below the age of 18. That's a child. But there are some of us whom I know, they are beyond 18, but they are in school and they are here with us. We cannot discard them. They are part and parcel of our team going forward. So when you talk about child protection, there are laws that the government has put in place to ensure you are safe wherever you are. We have the African Charter. Before the African Charter, we have the UN CRC, United Nations Convention for the Rights of a Child, which was promulgated in 1989, then accepted by the Kenyan government in 1990. And this law has been summarized in 3 sentences. Number 1, it recognizes a child as a human being like the other humanity. We cannot look down upon you because you are less than 18 years. You are also a human being. This law also says when we are handling your issues as a child, we should look at 4 things. Number 1, we look at your development. How are you progressing from one level to another? Number 2, we look at your protection. How safe are you where you are? Number 3, we look at your survival. How are you surviving the context of the situation where you are? Then number 4, we look at your participation. How are you being involved in the issues that surround you? That's issue number 2. Issue number 3 says, when we are handling any matter touching on a child, we look at 4 principles. Principle number 1 is child's best interest. Principle number 2 is child's best wishes. Principle number 3 is survival and development. Principle number 4 is participation and non-discrimination. That's what the United Nations Convention for the Rights of a Child states in its law. The second category of law is known as the African Charter for the Rights and Welfare of a Child. This law was instituted in 1990 by the African Union, where the Africans felt the African children have unique challenges. So the African countries are supposed to initiate laws that will protect their children within their boundaries. And the challenges they mentioned include things like conflicts, wars, raids, emergencies, and other issues that affect our social and human capital. Thus causing every African country to set laws that will protect their children. Law number 3 that has been initiated by Kenya is known as the Constitution of Kenya 2010. This law has 3 articles that speak in the life of a child. Article 29 says corporal punishment was outlawed in schools. Corporal punishment was outlawed in schools. Kindly clap for the government. But it never outlawed discipline. It never outlawed discipline. It says corporal punishment has been outlawed, but it calls upon you as a child and a student in Kenya to be disciplined for the time you are in that compound where you have been accommodated for 4 years. Discipline lies squarely on your shoulders. Move as per the law and the regulation of the institution that is hosting you for that time. Article 45 says every child should be brought up in a family set up. Be able to stay with your parents, your mother, your father, your caregiver, your guardian. Be under an authority that will ensure you are safe and protected going forward. Article 53 says we should protect you from all forms of abuses, exploitation, and all forms of injury. We should ensure you are safe. Another law that we have is known as the Sexual Offenders Act 2006. The Sexual Offenders Act 2006 says no one should penetrate. No one should have a sexual or carnal knowledge with a human being below the age of 18. It touches both male and female. No male of an adult age should have an actual sexual intercourse with a child. No female of greater age should have sexual knowledge with a boy below the age of 18. It is a criminal as per Sexual Offenders Act 2006. We ensure you are safe as a student going forward. Another law is known as Education Act, Basic Education Act 2013. It says education is free, compulsory, and affordable for each one of us. And that's why we are here, to ensure each one of us accesses education that will build your capacity going forward. Another law is the Marriage Act 2014. It says marriage is only for the 18 and above. And in case we discover below 18 has been married off, we shall reconsider nullifying that union, taking back the child to school, and prosecute whoever that will have married that child or that boy. Another law is the Children Act 2022. We are talking about wholesome protection and care of you in this context where we stay in Kenya. Another law is known as the Refugee Act 2021, which guarantees your right and social space in Kenya, what you are entitled to going forward, so that you don't suffer even though you are outside your physical and social homes where we were born. Then we have another law known as the Penal Code. Penal Code handles criminals or people who commit crimes above the age of 18. So what I'm saying is, if you below 18 you are caught between the crossroads of committing a crime, you will be protected by the other instruments I have said. But if you are above 18 and you commit a criminal, you will be prosecuted as per the penal code as an adult. Mnanipata? Below 18, kuna huruma mahali. Above 18, blame yourself. We shall deal with you like a criminal on the streets because your age will be beyond the age of a child. So it is calling upon you, if you are within our midst and you are above 18, kindly behave like under 18 for you to survive the 4 years you are in school with the wings to fly. And if you are above or below 18, kindly behave the way the law expects you to behave. If you don't behave rightfully, we shall also handle you, but we will not like the way we shall handle you, because it will cost you education and it will cost you your future. So it calls upon you to be disciplined. Corporal punishment was outlawed, but discipline was not outlawed. So discipline squarely lies on your shoulders. So as a human being who is below the age of 18, kindly understand you qualify for 5 basic needs. You qualify for 5 basic needs. Number 1, you are supposed to be fed. You qualify for food. Hapa hakuna kupingana, hakuna siasa, lazima ukule. Number 2, upewe masomo. You have to go to school. That's why we are here. It is a basic need for each one of us. Number 3, medical attention. When you are sick, we have to ensure you are treated, you are healthy, and you are going forward again. Number 4, you are entitled to shelter. Shelter encompasses housing, clothing, beddings, anything that you need in that home setting should be well groomed for you. And number 5, you are entitled to parental care, protection, and provision. Whoever that should provide for you is your parents, mother and mother. If they are not there, the guardian who is taking charge of your lives. And as we are talking about the 5 basic needs, let us understand as children, we are vulnerable in so many schemes and spheres of life. We are vulnerable socially. We cannot make a decision where we stay. We are vulnerable economically. We have no source of income to sustain our needs. We are also vulnerable faith-wise. We go to church. There are parents, instructors, and where and how. We are vulnerable in education. We are supposed to give an education going forward. Even our health, we are vulnerable. These are issues we cannot make decisions on our own. But our guardians, our caregiver, our parents will speak on our behalf. So as we are talking about child protection, let us understand that we need to be protected from the following abuses and exploitations. Abuse number 1 is physical abuse. We protect you from physical abuse. Number 2, we protect you from psychological and mental abuse. There are things people will speak, but they hurt more than even being beaten. One word can destroy your future. So we need to protect you from mental and psychological abuses. We also need to protect you from sexual abuse. I want us to understand sex is meant for the adults. Mnipigie makofi. Sex is meant for the adults. Sijawahi kufika hospitali na nikaambiwa fulani amekuja kutipiwa kwa sababu hajakuwa na ngono. Sex is purely for the adults and the married. But for us as students, our goal is to ensure we stress, we concentrate on our education. Number 4, we need to protect ourselves from harmful cultural practices. Number 5, we protect children from child marriage. Any human being below the age of 18, marriage is not a solution. Solution is education. We're also supposed to protect you from child labor. When we talk of child labor, we are referring to any activity that will hinder you access education, any activity that will affect your development, and any activity that will injure your life. That's child labor. Each one of us are supposed to go to school. We are also supposed to protect you from child neglect. You should not be neglected as per the basic needs we have outlined and the protection. You should be protected because of your vulnerability. Case management. For the 3 years I've been in this sub-county, and for the number of times I've engaged with some of your colleagues, the following issues have come up on how best we are engaging in our education. Number 1, we have cases of indiscipline. Cases of indiscipline, and there's a majority. You are in school, you are not towing the line, you are not following the regulation and the rules of the school, not forgetting somebody has paid your fees to be in that environment. So indiscipline is an issue in our midst. Another problem is on school absenteeism. There are people who will report very late to school and close very early. And you wonder what they are coming to do at home. Absenteeism. It is eating up your time. It is eating up somebody's money that has coughed it to make sure you are in school. Another problem that has come up is on poor performance. Poor performance. I don't understand how an individual can score straight E's in 8 subjects, even CRE. You cannot even remember John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Unapata tu ka E. 8 subjects, E's. It is disheartening. Poor performance. And some of us normally assume they are in school because of their parents. Wanafikiri wanaenda kusomea baba yao, wanaenda kusomea mwalimu, wanaenda kusomea mama, wanaenda kusomea ndugu yake. Unajisomea mwenyewe. Tumeelewana? Poor performance. It does not occur well for us and for you. Another case that comes up is on climate-related issues. Someone comes to us and tells us, Eldoret is so cold, I want to come back to Kalobei mixed. And when you compare the school where this individual wants to drop out from and the school where he wants to join, you just see a joker before you. If you cannot withstand the weather, how best will you work over the planet? Or you want to tell me even after school, you will just want to work around Kakuma, around Kalobei, that's where you want to survive from. And we don't have a university that can hold you in Kakuma. You might be supposed to go again outside the country or outside this county. So issues of climate change, related issues come our way. But the cases are never genuine going forward. The other cases that come to us is mismanagement of resources. Umepewa pocket money, umepewa tena fare, na unakuja kutuambia pesa haikutosha. I was in high school for 6 years, Form 1 to Form 4 in a day school, Form 5 to Form 6 in a boarding school almost 70 kilometers away from home. I'm confident to say, throughout my life in school, my father could not afford pocket money for me. He could only afford fare. And I could only rely on the school meals. When I went for Form 5, I looked at the menu, which was more balanced compared to the home where I was brought up. I discovered there is breakfast, some days porridge, some days tea and bread. I also discovered lunchtime we have rice and we have some beans. Later I discovered in the evening for supper there are days we have beef and we have ugali. Then I told myself, nikule ugali na nyama, tena nianguke mtihani, nitakuwa mjinga pumbavu sana. I trusted that diet and it made me what I am, because it could not be afforded at home. So we are saying, let us manage our resources well. Umepewa pocket money, umekulia kakuma yote na transport, tena unalia nitaenda ache shule. Ama umeafford, umetoka kakuma, umefika Kitale. There are people who reach Kitale and rent rooms with their fellow students. They clear their pocket money, they clear their transport, they start crying up foul, we have no means to reach the school where we are headed to. Kindly, let us manage our resources well. Another issue that comes before us is on impersonation. The other day we are handling discipline cases, another young man arrived in the name of somebody. This guy could not even express himself in English. But after we screened him further, he disclosed to us, I have come to represent my brother. Meaning, that's a criminal in the making. So you have committed any crime, you have committed any mistake as an individual. Kindly appear before us as an individual and let us know where your problem is and how you can be supported going forward. The other issue that comes before us is sexual abuse and exploitation. I know there are some of us here who are married. Ameacha tu pipi nyumbani tu na mtoto. And you cannot serve two masters at a go. Remember, somebody has sacrificed to pay for your fees. Kindly settle on one agenda. And in society, we normally say we have the law of compensation. Whatever I miss today, I get it tomorrow. When I was in school, I normally say I was the shortest among the many. We had men and women in our class. In fact, when I went for Form 1, my class teacher literally chased me out of school. Akaniambia enda ukue kwanza utarudi. But one of the teachers convinced him, let us give him time, we see how he'll perform in the first exam. When the first exam, I was number 1. That's why I was retained in school. So you are here as a married man, and furthermore, even your child does not have a baby show. Your child is using your sweater as a baby show and a towel. And you are cheating us, you want to succeed in your exams. Please concentrate on one agenda. The law of compensation. Whatever you miss today, you get it tomorrow. Whatever you get it today, you miss it tomorrow. And I normally say with confidence, if we want your marriage to be messed up in future, do errand sex shows today. Just be a bull in the village, in your block. Kuwa tu ndume tu saa hii tu, kila mahali unapitia unaacha fashion show. Siku yako ya kuoa ikifika utaona vumbi. But if you want a stable marriage going forward, please restrain from those actions now. Your future shall be okay. If you want to be a competent guard, a competent watchman in future, please don't read now, sleep. By the time you graduate from school, you will have lost all the sleep. You will now to go and watch over for them who are reading when you are sleeping. Because for their time to sleep will have come. So do the right thing now. Whatever people look at and see that you have failed, you will get it tomorrow. But if you believe that you can amass everything now, I want to assure you that tomorrow is bleak. The law of compensation. Do the right thing now, your tomorrow shall be safe. So let us abstain from sexual exploitation, sexual abuses. Please tell the issue of girlfriend and boyfriend bye-bye till when you are mature enough. It is for your own good. How many of us have penises here? If you have a penis, can you raise up your hand? Kana mjijui. Kama uko na mboro, inua mkono. I want you to swear before me. Kama ni mwanafunzi, I want you to swear before me. Sema mimi na hapa ya kwamba hiki kiungo cha mwili hakitaniamrisha niende kokote sistahili kuenda. Mungu nisaidie. Haya. We are also talking about issues of school unrest. So many of us have touched schools outside there. In the name of we have not eaten well, in the name of the South Sudanese are being discriminated, in the name of this county is so far from where I'm supposed to be staying. You are only in that school for a season and for a reason. And I wish you could remember that during the admission day, you only appeared in that school with your guardian, the two of you, yourself and the guardian. You appeared in that school for admission. But after admission, you are almost 50 or 60 in a classroom. But when the last day comes for you to leave that school, you will leave alone and go back to your home. Hautaenda kwa rafiki yako. So don't become a friend to a friend who will disrupt your progress in life and do a lot of gymnastics on school unrest. Leave the school intact the way you found it. And we have discovered when the school rejects you, no another school will wholesomely accept you to pick up from where you left. They will be scared of you going forward. Kindly maintain the school and your character. There are some of us who are being pressurized by peer pressure. Your classmates will tell you how life is sweet and what you should do to move from one point to another. Lakini ukijiangalia wewe mwenyewe hautoshani na huyo mtu. Let people live their lives. Never be moved up where and about by a peer friend or a peer pressure. We have some of us who are leading fake lives. Fake lives. To a point that even if your parent happens to come to visit you at school, you have the capacity to tell your classmates, this our heartsman has been sent by my old man. While he is your real father or parent. Live your life. Some of us are mistaken and misled by social media. So many of us are on TikTok. The time you could have spent on preps, you are spending on TikTok, which is affecting your final performance in school. Some of us are under religion radicalization, things that are beyond the imagination of humanity. Some of us have been told that education is useless because Peter says in the book of when Peter was preaching in Acts chapter 3, the Pharisees were saying, these guys are unschooled. How come they know all this? Someone quotes Paul and says, even Paul says, everything is dank. I can do without it. Others quote Jesus and say, he never went to school, so that I can also survive my nurse school. Those are wrong teachings, and it is radicalization. We are still on this planet. We have not died. You will only succeed if you make it in school. And I always say, if you want to succeed in the life that you are living in today, please remember 3 things in life. Number 1, remember God as your creator. Number 2, ensure you have gone to school well. Number 3, ensure you have money. The 3 things will keep you going forward. Then lastly, there are those of us who are engaged in drugs and substance abuse. Wangapi wanakula mukuka? How many have ever tested mukuka na miraa? I know wewe najua isikupepa mkono. But I want to ndaka kutolea unabii. Kama unakula mukuka na unakula miraa na unakunywa energy, expect the 3 things to happen in your life before you die. Number 1, utakuwa na ugonjwa inaitwa supermatoharo. Pronounce it. Hiyo ni kuhara sperms. The chemical in those things you eat will erode your renal system, so that when your body recreates sperms, they will move out like mucus. They will not be held contact instant in the body. Supermato haro. Patia mwenzako high five. Pokea supermato haro. Number 2, if you are engaged in the 3 things I've said, ukiongeza sikara na bank, your organ itachikunja kama huku. Your penis itachikunja kama huku. Menipata? Number 3, every pointed part on your body has veins. The tongue, the fingers, the toes, the penis have veins. When you consume those things we are talking about, when they get into your body, they burn the end of the veins of your body. That's why your fingers will be black, your toes will be black, and the 4 penis of you shall also be black, meaning the veins have died. Mnanipata? And as we are talking now, 60% of hospital beds occupied in Nigeria are young men between the age of 16 and 34 undergoing dialysis because the consumption of those things destroyed their body. And that's where we are headed. Whenever I'm in town and I see the way pikipikis pick up the mokuka and miraa and spit off to the camp, I shed my tears. We have no future. So kindly never engage yourself in drugs and substance abuse. At my age, I've never tasted mokuka, I've never tasted cigarette, I've never tasted beer, I've never tasted energy. I only survive on water, tea, milk, and ugali. Do I look mad? So ensure your life is okay. You are a doctor of your own body. Let nobody cheat you that when you eat this and this, you'll become this and this in the future. It is for your own destruction. So I want us to summarize and say, whenever we are managing your issue that is affecting you, we shall manage it case by case basis. We handle you as an individual. And we are saying, if you are under the age of 18, we shall handle you as by the Children Protection Legal Instruments. But when you are above 18, we shall handle you as an adult, as per the penal code, and you shall be prosecuted for the crime or the mistake you will have made. So kindly ensure you don't crisscross the path of the law. Ensure you maintain your standard and go to school well and make it in class. So whenever a case comes to us, we undertake 6 steps so that we ensure each one of you is safe in the mix of issues. Number 1, steps for case management. Number 1, we identify the case itself. What is the issue that is eating you up? Number 2, we assess the pros and cons, the issues surrounding your case. Why and how, and to what kind of effect will it cause in your life if it's not settled. Number 3, we do case plan. We plan with you how best we can move ahead. Can we change a school? Can we change ABCD to ensure you are safe or not? Then number 4, we implement what we shall have planned. Then number 5, we always wait for feedback. How has it affected or improved your life? Then number 6, we can talk about case closure and say, we have supported so and so, she or she can go on with education to ensure his or her future is permanent and secured. So we are saying, whenever you have an issue that is affecting you in school, we shall handle you as an individual. You will be given an opportunity to explain yourself, and we shall have a roadmap that will ensure you are safe going forward and your education is ensured. I want us to ask ourselves, how can we assist, how can we support a child who has been defiled or sexually abused? It happens in our local context where we stay. This child might be a boy or this child might be a girl. Whenever you discover that someone has penetrated a child, a human being below the age of 18, someone has defiled a child, a human being below the age of 18. We are talking about male boy, male child, and female child. All of them are children. There are things that we are not supposed to do, the don'ts. When you find a child who has been defiled, kindly move with speed within 72 hours. How many days are those? 3 days. Then number 2, never shower that individual or wash the clothing she or he was wearing. Never wash, never shower the individual. Then we are saying, when you are carrying those clothing, carry them in a khaki paper or a carrier bag, not a polythene bag. Polythene bags will store heat that will destroy the pathogens that shall be required as evidence against the perpetrator. So we carry the items in an airy container, whereby it keeps the air circulation and the issues that we need to work on are kept intact. Within 72 hours, the first stopover is a health facility. Go to the nearest hospital, closer and around to you. And we go to the health facility for 4 reasons. Number 1, we want to offer this child psychosocial support. We talk to him or her to understand how best to cope up with the situation. Number 2, we are looking for initial medication. This individual might have been injured in one way or another, should be treated. Number 3, we want to handle if any pregnancy is in the making or any infection is in the making so that we curtail it. Then number 4, we are looking for an initial report. What happened during this incident? After you are done with the health facility, you move with the child to the police station. And at the police, we are looking for 3 things. Number 1, we need to record a statement from you, what happened. Number 2, we need to create an OB number to enable us to track the case. Then number 3, we are asking for the police to give us a P3 form. 3 things: OB, statement, and P3 form. After you have acquired the P3 form, you go back with the child to hospital. At the hospital, we are looking for 2 things. Number 1, the P3 form to be filled. Then we identify a doctor or a health personnel who shall support us to give witness in court when the matter will be before the judiciary. After the P3 has been filled, number 4, you go back to the police to deliver back the P3 form so the police can investigate the matter further. They apprehend the perpetrator, they pick up witness statements. Then number 4, they prepare a police file that will be taken to the Director of Public Prosecution. From the police, the file will move to the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, who will read through and give an okay if the individual should be taken through the court or not. We say they prefer charges. Then at the judiciary, the TPP will take the file to the judiciary, where the judiciary will now listen to them that saw the event, whoever that did it, and whoever that was done against, so that they now dispense justice for the individual who was affected in one way or another. Allow me to give you the shock of the year. If you penetrate any human being below the age of 12, then you are prosecuted, you are entitled to a life sentence in jail. How many years? How many years? Life sentence. Utafungwa jela milele. But what some of you have been doing, whenever they are found within this mix, they now run back to their home country to evade the wheels of justice. In case you penetrate any human being below the age of 12, your sentence is life sentence. If you penetrate a human being below the age of 12 to 15, the least number of years you are supposed to be awarded are 20. If you penetrate a human being between the age of 15 and 18, the least number of years you are supposed to be awarded are 15. So what should you do when you want to avoid all that? What should we do? What should we do? Hebu shika item yako. Hebu shika tool yako. Nataka tuongee. Hebu shika tool yako. Uiambie usinipeleke jela. Iambie usinipeleke jela. So what we are saying is maintain your period in school and avoid any unnecessary issues of girlfriends and boyfriends, penetration here and here. You are not a village thermometer, whereby you are measuring temperature of every girl in the village to prove how strong and powerful you are. Remember, what you miss today, you get it tomorrow. Whatever you get today, you miss it tomorrow. And discipline lies with you as an individual. And education is a one instant issue. You get it right today and succeed. You miss it today and fail tomorrow. So education is very important. And whenever you are taken to court for the crime of defilement, the only person who can stop the case is the Attorney General, no another individual within the mix. Meaning that you will be prosecuted and you will be jailed. What is the theme of the conference? Change in the solution. Turn a challenge into. As we are seated here this afternoon, let us remember we are from other nationalities. Hiyo ni ukweli. Na hiyo isituzuie kufaulu maisha. It should be something you can stand on and say and swear to yourself, even if I am a refugee, I have to be a medical doctor one day. You can tell yourself, even if I'm a refugee, I have to be a lawyer one day. Even if I'm a refugee, I have to be a teacher one day. I have to be an officer one day. You make a decision as per the situation you are living in. And I know we have our own experiences. We have experiences of conflicts and insecurity. That's why we are here. You have a story to tell how it happened for you to find yourself in this country where we are. You have a story about the broken social fabric. You cannot trace your parents. You can't trace your sisters and brothers. You can't trace your relatives. It is a reality, and it pains you. We are saying we have a story of broken families. Our parents are not together because of one reason or another. We cannot trace him or her where they are living as we are talking now. We have a story. Some of us have a story of abuses and exploitations, how people have used us to achieve their own goal. You have a story. We have a story of staying away from home. You are so insecure where you are because you are not closer to home. We have a story of denied basic needs. You cannot live and access what is entitled to you. It is a reality. And we cannot bury our heads in the sand and say, things are okay for you. We have a story of people who are in school but beyond the school age. Even the small children in the same class can call you a mzee, a buba. They can call you yaba. They can call you abuna. In their midst, but you're in the same class. That's a story you have as an individual going forward. We have a story about language issues and language barriers. You want to speak English, it's not coming out as English. It's coming out Arabic. You speak English from the end of the sentence. The way we speak, we read the Arabic the other direction. The another Kenyan guy will look at you and laugh at you. That's a story you have. But you can stand up and say, irrespective of my story and my situation, I want to be somebody through this system. You can make it in life. And I normally say, cowards live longer, but they die more vulnerable deaths before the real death comes. But courageous men die once, but are honorable deaths. Kindly die in your books. Kindly die in your books. Look back home and say, I should go back as a learned guy. I should go back as a professional guy. If I've been given an opportunity to go to school, let me use my opportunity well, so that I have nothing to regret going forward. because the future is bright. The decision squarely lies on you. You make a decision, I have to make it. I told you we are 14 in our family. I'm the second born. My father is a grade 4 dropout. My mother never went to school. But the 14 of us are not in the home as I'm talking. All of us are dignitaries all over the world. Because we decided poverty will not curtail our vision. And that's why I'm here. Hallelujah. Kindly use your situation to make it in life. What was our scripture? Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 1 to 7, and 18 to 20. We summarize by saying education is an equalizer. Education is a game changer. Stand up and be counted. Stand out and shine. Be self-motivated. The arena is yours. Tell yourself, I'll come out of Kakuma strong. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for our Sub-County Director of Education of the region, Mr. Jared, again. Let's clap for him. All right. We are at 12:30. Time is not on our side. You'll allow me to introduce two beautiful ladies. Boys, mutulie. All right? There are our sisters, our mothers, our aunties, and awesome people who work with us in the schools. I will allow you two to come, introduce yourself. Then we do a small energizer. Then now I introduce some people wearing white. I do not know why they decided to wear white today. Mr. Director, I've seen Kuna dress code. Karibu, Evelyn and Rose.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All protocols observed. And my handsome sons around. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. Yeah, I'm Kaka Rose, and I'm a gender champion. And I'm not your sister or your aunt, but I am your mother. Please clap for me. At least you have a mother. Yeah, I'm happy to see you around. You've had a very tough black and white session, and thanks to the director for that particular session. And I know a number of us have gotten it into our innermost part of our unconscious mind. Sawa sawa. I was only told to introduce myself, but I shall be having a session with you in the afternoon, and I hope we shall enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, all protocol observed. My name is Evelyn Haoya. I come all the way from Busia County. I'm a gender champion, St. Paul Samkura, and I'm privileged and honored to be with you boys. And I just want to give you an encouragement. Just like my elder sisters said, we want to see you shine, not just in Kakuma, but all over the world. That is why we are here to back you up, to tell you that everything is possible. Otherwise, I want you to have a wonderful session.
enjoy the teachings, and ensure that as you leave this place, you leave changed. Thank you.
Awesome. There's nothing as beautiful as having gender champions joining us. And I'm sure, Madam, from Amkura, you have scholars here. Yeah, so it's awesome having you. I remember our first Congress here. We had a lady from a school in Kakamega and a lady from Kipsigis Girls. It was an awesome engagement. Without further ado, I can see there are ladies and gentlemen who decided to wear white. And white means peace. White means pure. White means happiness. And white means wisdom. Allow me to bring in our director, Mr. Peter, to introduce his team. And I'm not sure if you want to have a session with us, because tumebaki na dakika 27. If 27 is enough, if it's not enough, we can always organize. Karibu, Mr. Peter. Kindly clap for our director. Clap, clap, clap. Welcome again.
Thank you very much for this welcome. I want to ride on the already established protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The boys who are here, I know we are purely the boys who are under Elimu Scholarship Program. Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Yes. My name is Peter Gashadi, a director in the Ministry of Education, in the Directorate of Projects Coordination and Delivery. And we have come all the way so that we can be able to interact with you from the Ministry of Education. And we are a big team. One of the team is at Tumaini. And then the rest of the team is here. And we are very delighted to see this team that is already here and the kind of sessions that you're being taken through. I think this is one of the occasions, one of the programs in our calendar of event that we really value so much when it comes to the Elimu Scholarship Program. But before I say anything, I think I want to take this opportunity to invite the team that is in white to come over so that we can talk to this team together. I think we'll spend very little time. The moderator will spend very little time so that we are able to have the chance to be to break and follow the program as it is. So I want to have this team here so that I'll allow everyone to say their names, and then everyone here will be able to have something to talk to you about. Is that okay? Hiyo ni sawa? Tuko pamoja? Asanteni sana. So this is part of the team that is in Kakuma. I've told you that the other team is at Tumaini, where the girls are, and they are doing just the same as we are doing here as we continue. So I want, first of all, to usher in my colleague director from the Ministry of Education, Dr. Salome, so that she can say hello, introduce herself properly, say hello, and I'm sure she'll have a word for you that you'll be able to take back after this session as you go back to your schools for that term. So, Madam Director Salome, karibu sana.
Thank you, Peter, for that introduction. I'm also riding on the established protocols. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamjambo. Hamjambo, wanafunzi. Yes, I'm Dr. Salome Yatich from the Ministry of Education, Directorate of Projects that is concerned with the scholarships. And like my colleague has said, we are really very excited and very delighted to be here this afternoon. Seeing very bright faces like this gives us a lot of joy. Okay, we are very, very happy. Are you happy to be here, boys? Are you happy? I can't see smiles. I can't see smiles. I would want to see some white teeth on the face, some beautiful smiles. Yes, that is better. So thank you so much. We are so happy to be here just to encourage you and support you. I would want to tell you that your story is beginning now. Your story is not the story of yesterday. The story of yesterday, what has happened, this is a new day for you, and you're writing your life on a clean slate. You might have encountered a lot of challenges there before, but you have an opportunity now. This scholarship has given you a clean slate. A clean slate ni ile haijaandikwa chochote. And you have this opportunity to write it afresh, the way you want. You have an opportunity to do what you have been told, that you can be what you want to be, just like any other person outside the camp. If you wanted to dream and be a doctor, it is your opportunity. If you wanted to be a teacher like us here, it is your opportunity. That dream that you have that opportunity to ensure that it comes to life. And you're very lucky because amongst the chosen, you have been chosen. Somebody is holding your hand so that you exploit your potential. So I want you to think about that. Think about that other person out there that has not gotten this opportunity that you have and the kind of life they're living. That will make you wake up and say, I can't waste this chance. I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to change the life of my country, the life of my community, the life of my family, the life of somebody else who will require that hand. So I want to encourage you, exploit this potential, and always think about tomorrow. Think about paying ahead, paying forward. Somebody has held your hand. Tomorrow, you'll be somebody, and you'll be able to hold another person's hand. That other person will hold another person's hand. And we are going to change this world, one child after another one, until we change the world completely. So don't look at yourself as a tiny, tiny person. You are capable of changing a lot. By just doing your part now, tomorrow you hold somebody's hand, you never know what will happen. I was reading, sorry I'm taking long. I was reading another story of a young man from Central. There's an old teacher in a Western country. I can't remember the name exactly. I don't know, maybe I've come across that story. This Elimu had been through a very difficult time in Germany during the war. And when she got a chance, I think, to be in America, in her small way, she was a teacher, I think a nursery school teacher without money, but she spared a little money to sponsor some child in Africa. That child was from Central Kenya. And she never wanted to know who it was. She just picked a name and she sponsored that person. Right now, that teacher, that person who was sponsored, succeeded so much that later on in life she said, who was this person who was sponsoring me? And he went all the way out there and found that teacher, now very old, retired, living in a small village. And he was really touched. You mean this person was not a rich person? You mean this person was this low person that was able to pay for me that I'm somebody today? And you know what he did? He came back here and he started the Hyde Foundation. And they have touched so many lives in this world. So I want to tell you, you can make a difference. You can think about tomorrow and you can make a huge difference as a person. So start writing your life now, start exploiting this potential. We don't want to hear that we have held your hand and then somebody is dropping out. Why waste that opportunity? We don't want to hold your hand and then we hear that somebody is misbehaving in a school, they are in the wrong books. Why waste this opportunity? So I just want to encourage you. Your life is beginning, write it afresh, change the world one boy after another, and when you come out, you'll be telling the story of Kakuma. When you come out, you'll be telling the story of your school. And that time, you'll be talking like a story because change will have happened. So I want to wish you well and encourage you to do your best. Thank you so much, Peter.
Can we appreciate her better? Thank you very much, Dr. Salome. That's very good words. I think we'll be appreciating just once, but in a very resounding manner. Yeah? So we just open and do it once. Huh? Tender? Thank you very much. That's how we shall do it. Huh? So I now want to usher in the next officer to introduce herself and then tell you one word or two that will be able to motivate you. So, Kezia, over to you.
Thank you so much, our Director Peter. All protocols observed. Boys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. God is good and all the time, and that is His nature. Wow. My name is Kezia Mudhara. I'm a Deputy Director in the Ministry of Education, based in the directorate that deals with provision of Elimu scholarship programs to our scholars, the students in this country. So we are in one directorate that works around the clock to ensure learners or students who are from humble background are provided with scholarships. So mine is to wish you well as you continue working very hard, but I want you to look up into three things. Number one, boys, if you want to succeed, do away with drugs. Say drugs. Even if you are so learned and you are intoxicated with drugs, you end up to become a cabbage. You not become anything. So if you have started drugs, if you take drugs, let me tell you, your future is doomed. So you are supposed to do away with any kind of drug. Drugs, use of those substances will ruin your lives. We have seen many who go to the university. They have been provided with the scholarships. Once they go to the university, they join those camps of drugs taking, and they become cabbage. They don't finish or they don't accomplish what made them to go to the universities. So do away with drugs. The second one, we have found one of our motivators, sub-county director, talking to you about girls, teasing girls, moving from one girl to another. You have been reminded you are not a thermometer. Are you aware of this? Please. You are not a thermometer. We want men who will stand and look up to girls who are surgeons, who are doctors, but not boys who are just everywhere being thermometers in the village, in the universities, wherever you are. So can you do away? Just be serious. Your time is coming when you marry a woman of your class. Is that clear? It's not right to sire everywhere. You have children in Kakuma, you have children in West Pokot, you have everywhere. Can you now stop? If you are in that, tell God to help you not to be one of those boys who keep on moving. Every girl is beautiful. You just keep on following with your eyes. If you see this one, you are beautiful. The other one, you are beautiful. How many beautiful girls will you meet? Yeah? Can you control yourselves? Is that clear? If you want to have a girl, please, time is coming. Because when you prove that you have a good career, girls are there who are also want men of substance. Tuko pamoja. And the last thing is prayer. Make God closer to you. Make God closer to you. Continue praying. And the situation that you are in now will determine what you become in the future. So can you work extra hard? If I were you, you are being provided with everything. Imagine. Why wouldn't you perform? You shouldn't be exceeding expectations in your academics. So do away with other things that are distracting you and work extra, because we shall be proud as from the office or from the Minister of Education when we meet scholars, Elimu scholars, who have done exemplarily well. Last year we had so many A's that went to the university. I think there were over 265 Elimu scholars and A's in this country. Can you appreciate them? That is why the ministry, we are working round the clock. We are coming to see and encouraging you. It is doable. So many of them have joined the universities. So even you pass. That is why we are here to tell you you are in the right pathway. But don't get distracted on the way. Otherwise, we can talk a lot because we are teachers. I think I'll stop here and maybe hand it over to Peter. Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you very much. Can we appreciate the way we have agreed once? Another one? Thank you very much. So that is Kezia, again from the Ministry of Education. Now we have another gentleman here, and I'm sure maybe you may have had opportunity to meet him before, because he's in the kitchen when it comes to the Elimu Scholarship Program. Okay? So I want you to put your hands together and invite Walter so that he can introduce himself properly and talk to you. I know he has a few words to tell you. So can we do that? Okay, karibu sana.
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon, boys. Good, thank you. How many have seen me before? How many have interacted with one-on-one? Including Ongele Equity Bank. Ongele is my childhood friend. He did a lot of work along the lake regions, ensuring that girls go to school. And he was partnering by then with UCP. That is where Equity Bank forged him. And we did marvelous work. And boys, I'm glad to be with you here once again. I know we've met in our various schools. I was at Kabuefi Boys, where we interacted and we had marvelous stories. I was in most of the schools in Kitale, and I was glad to meet you boys. And I was convinced that out of our talks, something good will come out of you. This scholarship program takes boys from Kakuma seriously, because you are our star. When we see you, we see boys who are working hard. When we talk of the 265 A's that we managed to get at the KCSE 2025, a good number were from Kakuma. And in this year, 2026, I am bold to say that as we visited the schools, the teachers love you and they're happy with you, and they know you're still going to make them proud. And the challenge I gave one of the boys is that you never know, the president of Southern Sudan may come from you who is seated here, or may come from the person seated next to you, so that when you go back there, you said, when I was in Kenya, I saw what peace gave me. And today, I want to preach peace to my own people. This is a teacher of English literature, Kezia. and of course, a specialist in psychology. So when she talks and she tells you about relationship with the girls, forge ahead. Girls only love you when your pocket is full. When you're educated, you can speak good English, and your pocket is full. Girls will run after you. They'll run after you like flies. So let us. Thank you very much, Peter. Asante. Clap for me.
So can you do it properly once? Thank you very much. Again, asante sana. So that is a team from the Ministry of Education. And I think before we sit down, I want to, or you can be sitting? It's okay. Let me release you so that I also have one. Maybe as they sit down, can you clap for them? Asante sana. So I also will not take time. I know our time is, I think we have around 5 or so minutes. And I can take home around 3 of these minutes to just say something small. Okay? One, and I know this we have talked about this over and over again. Whenever we meet the scholars, we always insist and emphasize on this, that you who are here today are one of the luckiest groups as far as the student community in Kenya is concerned. Is that true? Is that true? Can I hear a yes, a strong one? Is that true? You are one of the luckiest groups because you have the opportunity. You have been provided with that great opportunity. Because you are already in school, your fees is catered for, you are provided with shopping every time you're going back to school after the holidays. And to add on to that, the fare is provided. And you also have what? Some little money. I know you have always told us that it is little, the pocket money. Ni kidogo sana ndio tunaelewa, si ndio? But it is something, isn't it? Because I always urge, whenever I meet the scholars, I always urge you to reflect and think, if you didn't get this opportunity that you have, where would you be? Ungekuwa wapi? If you didn't get this opportunity that has been accorded to you, where would you be? Because I'm almost 100% sure that most of you would not be in school, isn't it? A good number. Even if you are in school, maybe you would be in a day school somewhere. Is that true? Is that true? I want you to talk to me. Is that true? Yes. So you must not squander that opportunity that has been given to you. The colleagues who are here before me have mentioned that the group that was there before you, we had over 265 scoring A and A minus. Was it A minus, Walter? A plain, 265. And majority were from Kakuma, we have been told. I think that is something that we must really celebrate. And you don't just celebrate and remain there, but we celebrate and make a commitment for ourselves that I'll also be in the group that will be topping up when it comes to KCSE. There are those that are sitting for KCSE this year. Can I see by show of hands the candidates? Do we have them? Oh, we only have Form 3 and Grade 10? Or Form 3s alone? Okay, thank you. So, the Form 3s who are here, I want you to make that as a commitment that if majority of the students who scored A's were coming from Kakuma, why not me? Why not me? Isn't it? That will be the starting point of ensuring that you are able to transform. And again, this scholarship has been provided so that it can be able to transform you to become somebody else. The speakers who have been here before me have always emphasized so much on that. There is an opportunity for transformation. So can you work and ensure that you're able to achieve that? I think the government, the development partners, and everybody, our joy will be when we see that for the investment that we have, the investment that we have committed to has given us the returns. And the only returns that we are going to appreciate is when you are able to score and get a good grade that will ensure that you are able to progress in life, isn't it? Because how much money is being spent? How much money? I don't know whether anyone has told you how much money you will have spent by the time you are done from Form 1 to Form 4. Has anybody ever mentioned that to you? Huh? It will be close to around 400,000 Kenya shillings. That is the investment that the government is giving. And that time you are not considering other, that is direct, what is coming direct to you as a student. So for us as government, we want to see what? We want to see what? The returns on that investment. And the returns will not be in terms of money. The returns will be in terms of what? The grade that you get, isn't it? If you get a D, will our returns have been met? But when you get an A, when you get a C+ and above, that's when we shall know that for sure we have been able to achieve, we have been able to realize returns out of that investment. So for me, I just want to continue to say that you have to sacrifice the time that you're in school. You must be able to make sacrifice. You must be able to, commit all your energy, all your faculties, so that you're able to achieve that objective. You must be able to make a sacrifice. When I was in school, some, I don't know how many years, almost 40 years back, we had a principal, and I always remember what he used to tell us. That when you're in school, you don't have two choices. And for you, we are saying it is the same story. You don't have two choices. You only have one choice. And what is that? What is that? When you're in school, what is the choice that you're going to choose? What is it that you'll be able to opt for? Because there are two choices, yes. But for you, we want you to only settle for one. There are two choices. You can pass or you can fail, isn't it? So for us, what is our call? What is our choice? I have to pass, isn't it? And therefore, we want you to tell yourself that as a kind of a clarion call, and let it be what will be driving you so that you can be able to achieve. That when I'm in school, I only have one choice. And that choice is what? Passing. When you drive yourself with that, when you have that conviction that I have to pass or pass, I don't have any other option. It will mean that you'll work very hard so that you can be able to do what? You can pass. But when you give yourself the opportunity to fail, then it will also happen. But for us, that is what we want to adopt as our clarion call. That is what we want to adopt as our motto. Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you are studying, you know that this, I don't have a choice. The only choice I have is to pass. All? Pass all? Pass. Okay? I have to pass all. Can we make that as a commitment? I have to pass all. I want you to hear you say it loud. I have to pass all. Can you say it now after me? That when I'm in school, I have to pass all. Ay, sijaisikia vizuri. Huh? I have to pass all. Yes. That is what we want for ourselves. Because when you make that as a commitment, then nothing will come between you and that commitment. We'll be able to achieve that commitment by the end of the Form 4. I want to say that I think in the course of this year we have had the opportunity to go around the various schools. I think I was in Nyeri, and I was able to meet a number of boys. I think I went to, for instance, Gyakanja boys. Is it Gyakanja? Yes, I was able to meet a few. But where I met the biggest group of scholars was at Kanjuri Boys High School. Kanjuri, can I see By show of hands, those that are from Kanjuri. Do you have anyone here? I'm sure I met so many boys at Giakanja. Giakanja, wako wapi? Huh? They're not here. I'm surprised. Because I was hoping I would be able to see you. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that we did meet a number of you when you were going out. And of course, you are expressing some challenges here and there that you normally undergo. But what I'm saying is you have to sacrifice. The time is very short. We only admitted you the other day, isn't it? Huh? Those ones that are in Form 3. When were you? 2024. Huh? So we only have 1 more year to go, isn't it? Huh? Just 1 more year to go. Time really moves. So even if you are experiencing any challenges, this will be a very short time. And when you are focused on your goal, then you must be able to ensure that these small challenges do not come between you and achievement of that goal, isn't it? Yeah, we have been talking about the distances, about the cultural differences, but you must block these barriers that are likely to affect you to be able to achieve your goal that you have set for yourselves. So from our end, as a Ministry of Education, we are very delighted that we are able to meet you, and we continue encouraging you. We continue wishing you well, so that when you are in school, you can focus, you can have that commitment, so that our return on that investment can actually be realized. So I want to take this opportunity to really wish you well and hope that you'll continue working hard so that you can be able to achieve the transformation that we desire of you. Sawa sawa? Tuko pamoja? So I want to stop there for now. I know time has really gone, so that you can be able to proceed to the next session. Asanteni sana. May God bless you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
One more appreciation for Director Peter. Thank you so much to our team from Ministry of Education. We are humbled to have you here. It was quite an interesting, encouraging, and also challenging moment for all of us as scholars and also as partners. And for now, I will request my colleague Nancy to usher you to our visitors' lounge. We can appreciate them as they leave. Kindly Nancy, usher our guests, and then we'll make a few announcements, then we can break for lunch. Tuwapigie makofi wanapoondoka mpaka watoke. Let's continue appreciating them. And also our 2 gender champion teachers. Thank you so much to our guests. All right, back to our order for the day. I hope so far so good. Did we enjoy our session? Was it impactful? Take about 30 seconds to share with your neighbor what you learned, your take home. Please discuss in 30 seconds with your neighbor what you learned. And one chaperone can appoint somebody to share with the rest of us what the neighbor said. So chenye neighbor amesema, please, we can have a volunteer just to share with us in a minute or so what the neighbor said. Any volunteer? Please stand up where you are. I need 2 volunteers. Please stand up. Chaperone, kindly pick the mic here. We have a mic here, and give the gentleman to share what the neighbor said. Another volunteer, this side. Please stand up at the far end. All right, the last one here. Before he answers that question, How many rows are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? This row, please think of a name. We can call that row. This one, think of a name. Think of a name, think of a name. Your nickname for the group. If you have a nickname for the group, stand up and share with us this row. One volunteer, please stand up. Please stand up, stand up. Share the name of the group. Team Victors. Do we agree? No. Which name? Moja simame. Which name? Conquerors. Sorry? Give him the mic. I need that name. This row, do you have a name? Stand up and say the name. There is a gentleman who is raising his hand. Stand up and say the name.
The Heroes.
The Heroes. All right, he have volunteered. I give you an opportunity. Nobody else shared the name. Please stand up and share the name on my right side. This group, please be preparing and stand up if you have a name for that group. Or we can combine this group, right? Say the name.
Melbourne City.
Sorry?
Melbourne. MBC Udian.
Yo, amekata. The last one, last chance. Give somebody a mic there, last chance.
Colombia.
Colombia. The first one was this gentleman. The first, Victors. All right. Lastly, this group, stand up and say a name. The first two, shoot up. This gentleman.
The Valiants.
The Valiants.
Yes.
All right. Do you need to have a group or you join this group? You have a group. All right. The name?
The Red Eagle Gang.
Red?
Eagle Gang.
Eagle? Red Eagles. All right, here's the rules of the game. Each group that asks a question, participates, gets some points. The first group to fully walk in after lunch gets some 10 points. The most active group gets also some points. The most focused group gets some points. At the end of the day, we'll be able to announce the winners and their rewards. About Kosawa? All right, so the first group to get some points, there is a gentleman who stood up there to share what he learned, and they can get 10 points. That is the Heroes team. There was another gentleman who stood there. Please stand up, remain outstanding. Not you, pale nyuma. Where the chaperone is. There was somebody who was, yes, those two get 10 points each. Please share with us what you learned.
Okay, good afternoon. So my name is Ngocho Lugana from Alado Boys. So through this, I have wrote some my important points about this session. So what I want to share with you is what I have wrote in this.
No, I want you to share what your friend said without reading. What your friend shared.
Okay, our first speakers have told us so many things about this session. So one
straight to the point, kindly. Just say the points.
So I have learned that we should abstain from sexual intercourse through our girlfriends. So I have learned a lot from that we cannot give our girlfriends a chance so that they can waste us. So this is the
all right, just a minute. Thank you for sharing what you learned. I want what your neighbor said. So they get a 0 point. The last person there at the far end. So the question was clear. All right, the last one there.
Okay. For us, we are the nutcrackers. And we as the nutcrackers, of course, we learned that first point that we have learned is that we are not the thermometers.
We are not the thermometers, that was we learned, but I want what your neighbor shared.
Okay.
So again, you get a 0 point. And we can continue this in the afternoon after lunch. The instructions are clear now, right? So let's break for lunch, then we'll continue after lunch. Lunch we have about 45 minutes. By 2 p.m. we should all be seated. Tuko pamoja? I need a volunteer to give thanks for our meals. Volunteer. Stand up.